Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into another edition of All About the Authors. This is our series that we do every second and fourth Sunday at about 3 p.m.
Always
Eastern Standard
written.
Time.
Since I was a little girl, I would, write poems for my mom. I would write, in journals. I would always write, but I never thought that it would be, a profession or part of my career. I just wrote because it was therapeutic for me personally. And so, so when he gave me that, I was like, oh, okay, it's a book. So I started. So that was my first book. And then my second book, was birthed out of my own experiences too, being single in Atlanta and just like, okay, Lord, am I going to get married? Am I not? I had a plan, but clearly that's not your plan. So,
I know.
So, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be married by 25. I'm gonna do this. And yeah, none of that happened. I did get married in my 30s. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am now, but but I've been married over 7 years, I'll tell you that. And so but when I wrote my first book, it was really out of me seeking God and he was really showing me as I grow in my purpose and what I'm called to do, you begin to attract the right people. Because if you haven't dealt with your own baggage and your stuff, then guess what? You're going to attract that into your life. But when you are in a place where you have much to offer, then you're going to also attract that too. And so my second book, The One, was really A Woman's Search for Eternal Love. It's different stories about 7 women going through different relationship challenges, but ultimately it also deals with purpose and as you grow personally and spiritually, how that improves.
I am only doing what God graced me to do. I'm only doing what he allows me to do. He gives us all gifts and talents, and I don't want to bury my gifts. I don't want to bury my talents. That's one of the things that I promised myself, in prayer, having a relationship with God. Like, God, you give me these gifts, stir them up on the inside of me. I'm not going to bury them. I have children that I'm trying to leave a legacy for. I have children who are watching me. I have people that are attached to me who are looking at me, and I need to be an example. And I know it sounds like a lot. It sounds heavy, but it's not a lot. It's not heavy when you're doing what he called you to do, because he'll make the provisions for your calling. He will not leave you nor forsake you. If you're on that path that he told you to go, he will give you everything you need. Matter of fact, he has already given you everything you need. So yes. I feel as though I have something to give to the world, just like we all do, and I just want to give it. And sometimes I think I'm doing too much.
I'll say this, and you made some very real points, and I know a lot of times all of us have talked about our respective faith, and you reminded people, if nothing else, you reminded people of who you are, whose you are, and like you said, we have more than what we realize when we just pause and take in.
You all poured into me, right? And it just and it's so crazy because I posted something earlier and it was like, you know how you post something or you write something, because I'm the journey journal girl. I believe in journaling, and somebody come back and they hadn't had an opportunity to read it or see it, and then they just spit out everything you just said. You're like, whoa. And it's just confirmation, and we're all spiritually and professionally kind of on the same page as to where we want to go and what we need to get there. And so when you're talking about the prayer life, the prayer closet, I lost my house. When I lost my house, I had everything set up. I had my office, this, that, the other. And when God removed that from me, and I talk about it, and my car, my BMW was my bed, my prayer closet. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes God has to remove things and people in order to take you and thrust you where he wants you to go. Yes. And so, and he never, and I said today, he never removed, even when you feel like you're being rejected. It's kind of like you drive and you're really being redirected to where he needs you to be. And you can't even be that without the right people, but he never removes without replacing. And so I just always thank God for new people coming into my life. This moment was it just felt really good for me. And I'm taking this really personal. I'm probably veering off, which I will. That's just kind of my personality. But I just want to thank you. I want to thank you two ladies for being transparent, because you are very transparent about your personal life and professionally. And the only way, again, we can help people heal, move forward, encourage them, and inspire them is to be 100. You don't have to every topic is not necessary for that moment. I'm sure it's a lot in you right now that you could say, but it's not necessary to say right now. But I feel that God led you to share what it was that we needed, because it moved me. And I want to say thank you for pouring into me and giving me that extra, igniting my fire a little bit more. And thank you.
Make sure to catch the full broadcast on All About the Authors 520 on Facebook and All About the Authors 520 on YouTube. Don't forget to support these and other great authors, and make sure to check out the hosts, All About the Authors. We'll see you soon.